Oh.
Ooh. Okay.
What are you doing over there? It's really loud. I just knocked over Grace. Son of a bitch.
Looks like my stream was deleted on Facebook for Ghostbox Radio. That's
what?
Odd. Yeah.
Why?
So, I don't know. But that's while we have this moment, I'm going to see if I'm live on my page. Okay, I'm going to go over to Ghostbox and share it to myself because that's how annoying StreamYard is. Let's see here.
Grace agrees. She's saying that. Oh, look at, we already have comments. Let's talk to her. Let's talk to everybody. Hi, Katie Paranormal. Oh, hi, Harlow. Hi, Joanne.
All right, let's see if so I just shared for those of you who are looking for us on Ghostbox Radio, that seemed to be deleted, so I shared it from my Facebook page over there. So hopefully that people can still find us. We'll find out, right? I don't know. You gotta love StreamYard. You gotta love it, right?
No.
Who else did I not connect to? Oh, we're not connected to things either. So
we were.
We totally were, and it's not. So while we do the intro, how long is the intro? Ooh, that's plenty of time. I'm going to send a note to Jeremy, see if he could share it to things. So let's start up this fantastic show. Tonight, live on the air. Wait for it. All right, the best part of the show, though.
Tonight on Myth or Mystery, Paranormal Triage, husband and wife first responders, captured a floating anomaly on camera that they believe is their departed daughter. The event shaped their beliefs and got them into the paranormal, serving as an example of how our unique experiences can shape our lives. Also tonight, despite little coverage by the mainstream media, people across the country continue to capture drones, orbs, and potential UAPs. As the days progress, we've seen color-changing orbs vanish in mid-air and bizarre light anomalies made more believable by video evidence from multiple sources. People are talking on social media platforms, comparing video and sharing theories, most with excitement and enthusiasm for what's to come.
We have been programmed to believe and think that aliens are going to hurt us.
Most of the drones that you have been seeing have to do with man-made devices, human-made devices.
Some drones are are man-made and man-managed. Some have been intercepted and are being utilized from and by other alien life forms.
Some of the drones may be extraterrestrial vehicles disguised as drones.
It definitely is a combination of government and alien groups.
What if the last global pandemic was in preparation for what we're experiencing now? We're being exposed to new strains of virus, new bacteria, new germs, is a way to prepare our bodies for interacting with other species who are visiting Earth. We are preparing not only ourselves, but each other to be ready for a new interaction that we've never had before.
You have arrived at the place now where you have been preparing
and preparing and preparing.
They're doing it as a warning to become aware that we are not the only ones in this universe. Stop acting like it.
All right, Happy New Year. It's time to play Myth or Mystery, the weekly panel show where our panel here, with the help of our viewers, decide if the videos or images we are watching tonight are myth, mystery, or unknown. Now, it's, we haven't done a show since last year, so I don't remember. I don't think any of you are going to remember how to play this, so we'll go through it all again. The series is heavily reliant on our viewers voting on the videos each week, so please share this video out to get more people to join in. You can only vote for the videos on YouTube at Myth or Mystery Live, though you can comment on the videos from anywhere you're watching from tonight. The link to vote, though, will be pinned to the top of the comments page, so it's easy for you to go find us over on YouTube and do that voting. It's very important. Now, let's meet our panel. I'm going to go first here. My name is Greg Bakken. I am the host of Ghostbox Radio on AM 950, Monday through Friday at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, where we talk every night about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. New episodes for Ghostbox for 2025 commence this coming Monday, so please join us for that. And I've been a paranormal investigator for 15 years. So moving on, everyone knows Harlow. Harlow is co-producer, graphic artist, research and video researcher. Harlow is also a writer and illustrator with her book, Plugged into the Paranormal, about her lifelong paranormal experiences. Harlow's books on her paranormal experiences, as well as her fiction and art, can be found on Amazon. Harlow's co-producer, it was in there twice. I don't know how to read very well. We really excited with Harlow. We got something special we'd like to share with you.
Thank you, Harlow.
Thank you, Harlow.
Thank you, Harlow,
for everything that you do on Myth or Mystery.
For all of your hard work on the show.
I love you. I appreciate you.
The show is so good, and you and Miriam work so hard on it, but I don't know where the show would be without you.
Harlow, will you come sit up here? I need the support.
Harlow, she is co-producer, graphic artist, researcher, and video researcher. Harlow is the backbone of this program.
She finds these incredible videos. I've always said the star of this show is the videos. And thanks to Harlow, I really think that to be true. Harlow's favorite time of year is Halloween. And so they really get into it there.
Because she is always working behind the scenes to make the show run as smoothly as possible. If you notice it doesn't run smoothly, it's not because of her, it's because of us.
Paranormal experiences don't have to be scary for you to get a rush and learn from them. And when you keep having experiences and focus on that and do your meditation and everything else, you can have those experiences on a daily basis.
And here's to another year of Myth or Mystery.
We appreciate you.
Thank you, Harlow, for everything. So there you are.
Surprise!
Yeah.
I had to keep that
appreciate
secret. You know how big my mouth is.
I don't know how you did it.
Fairly big. Fairly big.
I appreciate that, guys. I really do.
So, Harlow, thank you for everything.
Thank you, Harlow.
Now leave.
Yep, but now it's time to leave. We got stuff to do.
I knew she'd want to jump off after that. She was going to be like, okay, I'm embarrassed. Get me out of here.
Now we move on to someone who is not going to have a video about himself, is Ryan, and he is our video analyst and resident robot and videoless. He is a 15-year paranormal investigator and the evidence review go-to guy. He's always finds things no one else has found, and whether we like it or not, he's going to hit us with the cold, hard facts. Miriam, of course, is our psychic medium who specializes in remote viewing, aliens, and clearing dark energies. She's also a teacher of spirituality, the paranormal, and bridging the gap between the two. If you missed our show before the holiday break, we did a special episode exclusively on the unprecedented drone invasion with some incredible conversation, analysis, and alien communication. As far as like watching tonight, where we continue this conversation, these are good videos to kind of be going back to back and going back and hearing everything. And I said it on my own show. I think the thing that was really impressive, there was a 7-minute video that Harlow and Miriam put together that was like, what do we know so far about the drones? It was pretty incredible, and it there's a lot to it. So go over to YouTube at Myth or Mystery Live and check it out. What I do know is that was a great opening, Miriam. But I do have to say, I think Ryan and I had some good points that did not seem to make the opening at all. It's not all about what
you're very Miriam focused there.
Yeah, Miriam and Bashir focused, and it's like, well, because Ryan talked about the angel analogy, which other people have brought up to me separately, and then I also talked about the idea of the ascension, which I don't think is stuff that I think those are they're decent parts of the conversation. I think, just saying out loud.
I mean, so yes, of course. But so what we have been noticing when Harlow and I put this together is videos will find us that align with what's been discussed. And so for this week, we have found these videos that were aligning with what I had said. And so like we were talking about, like for next week, we'll see which videos find us, and those videos may align with things that, you guys say, but what we're trying to do is put pieces together of where people who don't even know each other, like that woman who was in there speaking about, we're also wanting to put people's opinions in there. That woman is a writer, and she was just basically saying like, what if? But what was interesting is she kept saying, maybe it's preparing us. And then Bashir was saying, or Bashan, I'm sorry if I'm saying his name wrong. He was saying, we're being prepared. And so we're seeing all these pieces from people who don't even communicate with each other, having the same, like you just said, with your people are saying the same things. And these are people that don't know each other, maybe don't follow each other, but we're all kind of coming to this same very familiar place or conclusion, which I thought was really fascinating. So it wasn't intentional, although
So how was your Christmas?
Mine or Ryan's?
Can anyone hear me? Yes, anyone. I mean, you're both on the screen. Whoever wants to talk, it's okay. Whatever stopped you before. I mean, honestly,
okay. Listen, I have a whole story set up. So we go to Arizona to see Bruce's family, and he's like, Miriam, I have this great setup for you and the dogs, because their backyard has no fencing. So I have to keep the dogs on a leash and walk them. I can't let them just run wild. Plus there's coyotes, right? So I'm like, okay, what do you got? This is what he put together.
Yeah. I like
That's me in there. So then I was standing there and I'm texting him because he's in the house and he left me there. And keep in mind that is higher than it looks. So it was much harder to climb over. So I'm texting him. I'm like, hello, I'm just supposed to stand here. He comes out, he brings a chair. And I was like, how is this better? And then finally his mom comes over and is like, you can't just leave her in the desert like that, honey. So she comes over, and then eventually, because I'm the fun one, everyone starts making their way over. I ended up sitting in that little thing for like 2 hours.
The fun one? What are the others like then? Sorry. So
You're lucky, I love you.
Here's the thing.
Look what Jeremy said. No.
Yeah, right? Well, there's a lot of holes in this story. Is all.
Let me tell you why I couldn't just open the gate and step out, because the gate was the lock was broken. Electrified. And so I started to fidget with it, and I was like, I can't open it. It was a whole thing, of course.
Yeah, well, of course you're involved. So here's the thing. I don't know. I actually, it's so bizarre. I think I forgot what I was about to say, which is really unfortunate because, well, here it is. You're in the desert and you're wearing nothing but black.
It was cold.
Sounds about right.
What's
how cold is cold? Yeah.
It's never going to be as cold it's not Ryan cold.
Just curious. How cold is cold?
I think it was 58, maybe 59. I think it might have been even 60. at some
Oh.
point. To be fair, it did start to get hot. Once the sun kind of hit like 2 or 3 o'clock, I was pretty hot.
Yeah, that's the only thing I feel bad for in that photo is the poor dog being restrained with the gates. That's unfortunate.
Oh no, they didn't stay in there. That was the whole point. I was like, we're not. No one. No, my dogs get free reign of the universe. So I was like, Bruce, come on, what are you doing?
Wow, Ryan, how was your Christmas?
It was really fun, but way too short.
It was less than 24 hours. I mean, that was
no. I had all last week off, and it just no matter how much time off you have, it's always too short. Not enough time off.
That's true. Now Chuck wrote at 59 degrees, I wear shorts. Chuck, you don't know how this works. 20 below zero, I'm wearing shorts. Okay. 20 below zero, I am wearing shorts. That is a fact. That is not hyperbole. It is a fact. I will wear a coat. Okay. But that's because the upper part of me is cold. So yeah, don't come to us with the 59, I wear shorts. Okay. Yeah, Chuck.
Oh, that is funny.
So, okay, let me see here. I just want to take a quick look at anything. Anyone else do you have anything else to say before we move on? Am I cutting you all off on anything you want to talk about or anything like that? Or
I feel like I covered everything, but you're making me doubt myself.
Because some of these videos, there's some good ones tonight.
Well, and that's just it, is that I just want to make sure that I don't get cut off when I read this next part. Miriam. Myth or Mystery is an interactive paranormal show with a panel of seasoned paranormal investigators, mediums, and audience participation. The panel will individually determine myth, mystery, or unknown. Myth is not paranormal. Mystery is paranormal. Unknown means not paranormal, but may not be man-made or faked either. The audience is polled throughout the show to determine their analysis of each video, myth, mystery, or unknown. When the panel is not unanimous, the audience polling will be the tiebreaker. The audience will also have opportunities to win prizes via the paranormal trivia segments, but not tonight. We'll get to that in a second. Now, if you're watching on Facebook, jump over to YouTube to join the polling. YouTube polling is at Myth or Mystery Live. There are nearly as many people creating fake paranormal and UFO videos these days as there are people trying to capture genuine evidence. Add to that the capabilities of modern technology, such as hologram projections, jetpacks, and programmable drones. It is becoming increasingly more difficult to know what is real. That's why shows like ours, Myth or Mystery, are important in helping us to remember to always use our intuition and evaluate with a critical eye. Now listen up, folks. Because the unprecedented influx of orbs and drones moving through our skies does not seem to be slowing down anytime soon, Myth or Mystery is dedicated to bringing you our unique perspective on it. Because of this, tonight we want to make sure the panel and audience has sufficient time to analyze and discuss. So we'll not be hearing from our favorite Ghost Inspector Greg tonight, nor will we be doing trivia or the monthly trivia drawing, which would have normally been tonight. But all is going to be back next week. So let's move on to image number 1 here. Like Ryan says, there is a lot of stuff going on tonight. So we're going to go ahead, get right to it. So you're going to vote before the panel analysis video of video number 1 is going to be played. And then you'll have a total of 60 seconds to complete your vote. So we're going to get to that right now. Take a look at it. This is going to be a wild night.
On December 17th, a TikTok user in Georgia went outside to record content for his page when he saw a bizarre orb in the night sky and started filming. The video opens focusing on a large white orb with a greenish outside rim. As the footage progresses, the orb's center turns pink. Immediately after this, thin bands of darker colors flow around it in the fashion of a gyroscope. It's also similar to something being scanned. The moving bands then seem to enlarge and fold over the entire orb until it disappears completely. One commenter to the TikTok page said the orb was similar to what they had seen in New Jersey. Rather than a phone, this video was taken on a Canon XA11 video camera.
What the fuck? What's with the colors? Look at that. Look at that. This is plain fucking spooky shit. Wow, look at this shit. Look at that. It's gone. What the fuck was...
All right, polls are now closed. Panel will begin their analysis. After the panel analysis, you will all get a chance to vote again. But before that, here is what we know.
Here's what we know. TikTok user Red Hotted went outside to record content for his page when he saw the orb in the night sky. He started recording, and in addition to noticing colors, he watched as dark bands seemed to revolve around the orb until it completely disappeared before his eyes. He recorded with a Canon video camera rather than a smartphone. The following night, he recorded again, focusing on a star as comparison to the original.
All right. So let's get to it. Let's start with Miriam. Let's get to your analysis first. Let me, I think I lost control of my mouse there. Do you want to stay with this, or do you want us to do the normal layout?
Whatever works is fine. Whatever you think is fine.
All right. Let's do it as we normally would. All right. There we go.
Okay. So this is functioning more like a satellite dish. This is a radio satellite type device. What I am not clear on just in this moment is if this is man-made or ET. It feels like it may be man-made, meaning government or NASA, not I actually, Greg, can we ask the pendulum that question? because I'm not really sure.
Sure. Give me one quick second here.
The reason why I'm not sure is because the level of it feels too almost enlightened. It feels more advanced than where we're at, but it's very close to where we're at as far as advancement. So it feels like it could go either way. Or is this something that was co-created with human and ET? So when you're ready, I'll ask both.
Go for it.
Is this device man-made, human-made?
Yes.
Okay. Is it a co-creation with the ET group and humans?
Nope.
Okay.
Is it in space?
Nope.
Okay. I'm out. I don't have any other questions.
I'm just curious. Was this video sent to us?
No.
Okay. So may I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is there distortion to the light because of the zoom in from the camera? So that's a yes. I mean, I will talk about my analysis here. It doesn't ultimately change the main question that you're asking, Miriam, but I just wanted to ask that since I had it out. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going unknown on this because I genuinely don't know.
Amazing how unknown works.
Like I created the word.
All right. Moving over to Ryan. What do you got for us tonight, Ryan?
You want to throw mine up and I will mark it up here a little bit. There you go.
All right.
I will tell you and you will like it. All right. So the one on the left here, this one's our original. And this is the one that he said he filmed of the star. To me, they look almost identical. Yeah, the colors are a little bit off, but that could be anything in the atmosphere. Smog, it could be anything. Just the way that they kind of move right there at the beginning is what I was really looking at. I'll start it over here. How they kind of go around in circles is what I'm looking at. The light coming off of them. For the one on the left here, all this weird stuff that's coming through, I think what that is to me, we are so zoomed in on this. To me, it could be just a tree branch coming in the way. 10 feet away from him that he just can't see because it's pitch black out. But you're zoomed in far enough that this is picking up, and it could be just the tiniest little branch. And then way at the end of this thing, when it starts to disappear and fade, to me, I'm guessing that goes behind the tree. I have to go myth on this one. It's just you can't zoom in 1,000 times on something and expect us to get any kind of realistic picture out of it. It's myth for me.
All right. I shall do my due diligence now. I don't think I can say anything different than Ryan. The reason why I asked the question, I guess I don't get the fun video on the side.
Sorry.
You don't get the video.
No, I mean, no, it's fine. What I have to say is still important regardless of no video is there. But honestly, whether it's intentional or not, the only moving that I'm seeing is actually the camera moving. It's not, to me, it doesn't even look like that it's whatever the light is. And, that's why I asked the question to Pendulum about, is this very zoomed in? And it's a distortion because to me, like Ryan says, it's zoomed in. I've seen a lot of this stuff before. As soon as the lights are changing because of whatever was wrapped around the orb, to me, there was no doubt in my mind that those are tree limbs. When you start seeing it disappear, no doubt in my mind that is a tree or something, that it's masking it. It's not disappearing in a half moon shape that it is something else. To your point, Miriam, when you're asking if it's man-made, I mean, to me, I think you are still absolutely spot on with that, because I don't think it is any sort of, alien outside of the Earth sort of thing. I think it's like some kind of lamp on a house or something like that. I don't even think it's in space or in the air, to be perfectly honest. I think that this, whether intentionally or not, and I hate to say it, I even think the delivery of how he was saying it was very much like very over the top, like, oh my God, look at the lights change. To me, 100% myth on this as well. Sorry. That's all I have to say on that one. That's how that works. It's weird because normally I'll go to, well, I was going to go to Ryan, and I already did go to Ryan, so whatever.
I got numbers up there. Pre-analysis, we were at 37% myth, 56% mystery, and 6% unknown. The unknown surprised me, but let's see what post-analysis looks like.
Absolutely. So based on what we just did your analysis change? Whether it did or not, we ask you to please vote again. We want to know if the panel has shifted your viewpoint on the image one way or the other. And remember, if your analysis did not change, please vote the same one more time. We want to see where we come off with this. And here's your chance to go vote again for image number 1. All right. The panel has given their analysis. Now it's time to hear what the audience thought of image number 1. Miriam.
Okay. Jeremy says possibly a drone. Annette wanted us to ask the pendulum if it's meant to fool us. I didn't feel like it was meaning to fool. I didn't feel anything like that behind it. John, I hope you went and voted. It seems like a lot of light reflection is all we see. I think this is a guy shining a light on something, says Logan. Okay, so then we have numbers here. One sec. Okay.
Yeah, pretty big flip on this one. We went to 61% myth, 26% mystery, and 22% unknown. So a lot of those mysteries went myth or unknown on us.
Very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Miriam, I want to ask you a question, if I may.
Yeah.
With what do you think, based on what you thought and kind of the responses that Ryan and I gave? Because it's just, we are so, we're very focused on all this stuff, and I was just curious, I don't think it would have changed your opinion at all, but are you surprised by maybe the questions, are you surprised by our thoughts on it?
No, I think because I wasn't, I didn't, I wasn't connected to any sort of alien group. So for me, that wasn't,
no, you weren't.
I was it was literally what I said it was. I think it's something that communicates information that we here on Earth created. I think I I was satellite radio. That's what that tells me. Or who knows? It's someone's freaking satellite dish floating around out there. I don't know, but no, I mean, it doesn't change. I mean, I think we're aligned on it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, that's what you think. That's cool. So, all right, let's move on to image number 2. See, folks, this is what happens when I try to spark interesting conversation. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, it's kind of like, though, like when you asked me this about the New Zealand one, if I think it was in New Zealand, like I think that you. I mean, if you're asking if you guys sway me either way,
No, that's not what I'm asking.
So then you're saying if what I think it is I get more clarity, or
no, I guess you didn't hear the question when I asked it. I was asking whether or not you were surprised by our responses and our thoughts on it.
Oh.
Did I not say that, Ryan?
No, you did. I just
word for word.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't connect. I don't know. I wasn't surprised by your responses. No.
All right.
No, I wasn't surprised. No, because of what I felt. I was like, once you guys were saying that, I was like, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I feel like, that's, yeah. So no, it didn't surprise me.
All right.
But pre this analysis, I genuinely assumed it was something non-human. Because I hadn't read it. So before this analysis, I really thought it was something non-human. Once I actually read it and could feel the density to it, then yeah, it all started to make sense.
Okay. All right.
You feel better?
Well, no, I just realized that we shouldn't be having conversations between videos going forward. That's all I've learned from this exercise. So I'm just kidding.
It's gonna be a weird one. Harlow predicted it. She said tonight's gonna be a weird night, and man, was she right.
Yeah, there we are. Okay, let's move on to image number 2 here. And once again, as always, audience, you're gonna vote before the panel analysis. Video number 2 is going to be played a couple times, and you'll then have a total of 60 seconds to complete your vote. So let's take a look at image number 2.
A group in the Lake Shasta, California area called Paranormal Triage submitted this next video. They are a husband and wife team of first responders who set up cameras in their home after experiencing activity. After the death of their daughter, activity increased. They captured light anomalies, voices, and shadows, as well as this video of an anomaly floating through after they asked for interaction. In the beginning of the video, another unexplained bright light appears in the background. Their house is on a property with Native American history, and a previous resident had passed away in the home. They consulted another paranormal group who also confirmed the activity.
All right, polls are now closed. The panel will begin their analysis. After the panel analysis, you're going to get a chance to vote again. But first, here is what we know.
Oh, mama. Hold on. Just here to ruin the show, folks.
Here's what we know. Paranormal Triage is a husband and wife team of investigators who are also first responders. Noticing activity in their home after the deaths of family members, they installed cameras in the residence. Once they began capturing activity, they wanted confirmation and contacted a well-known paranormal group. The second paranormal group came to the location and also captured anomalies, confirming the activity.
All right. Very cool. All right. Why don't we do this? Let's see. Apparently, you're running the show tonight. That's great.
Apparently, I'm not running the show. I'm not understanding questions. I'm not engaging in conversation. I'm messing up the videos. Oh, my head.
Maybe your soul is still trapped in that little fence area in the desert.
I think you're 100% right.
And maybe, just maybe, Grace is upset that you didn't remember her name. And
I know. Oh, we'll talk about that next week. I know. Okay, I'm pulling it together. I'm ready for you, Greg. You can come at me with questions. I'm ready.
Okay, the only question I have is, could you do your job and do the analysis, please?
Okay.
All right.
Hold on. What are we doing? I'm just kidding. Here's what's strange for me on this one. I feel like this is a soul leaving this location. Like, I feel like this was, I mean, I know that the imagery is that it's traveling up and it leaves the frame of the camera. I get that. But I'm feeling something coming to an end. I'm feeling a completion. I'm feeling like this presence was there for a specific amount of time, for a very specific reason, and was ready to let go and move on. Move not just to the other side, but to come back through embody, start over. It's a completion to me. This definitely, for me, I feel the spirit, I see the spirit, and it's a completion, moving on. And I feel like this being also, it absolutely affected other parts of the home the night that this investigation was done. I feel like there were other moments, other things. I know that we had a light that showed up at one point in it that may or may not have been on this one. But I feel like there was a lot of like almost alerting, hey, I'm here and I'm going to be moving on soon. And so it's like this whole piece of a puzzle came together and then moved along. And I feel like the investigators that were there felt the lift and then the release. And I don't know, maybe they feel a little bit lighter. Maybe they feel a little bit clearer after this, because it wasn't that this was a bad presence at all. It had nothing to do with it being good or bad. It was just a presence that had a large impact on the home and the family and an influence around their day-to-day life. So for me, this is a mystery.
There we go. Okay, we're going to move over to Ryan now. And what you got for us?
All right. So when I first saw this one, right here, this is the thing that we're looking at, this anomaly. And it kind of looks like it takes off almost from right there when we first watched the video. So what I did, I slowed it down, went through. This is about 30% speed. What we're looking at, actually look right in here. You're going to see it come in. I'll replay it, but it starts here, comes in, kind of makes its way around, and then it comes up and then over. So it actually has some motion to it. Let me play that again here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So what you're going to be looking for is right in here, and it's going to come up and over. I don't know if you guys can see that on your end.
I think I did see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that to me, it's not moving like typical dust or hair would. Now hair kind of can float and flutter. This thing's, I don't know how to describe it. It's not like anything I've seen before in terms of hair. It does reflect like hair does in the way that it gets bigger and smaller, and it just kind of reflects. We did get a chance, or this group did send us some other videos, and I did watch some of those. I didn't see any hair like that in any of those other videos. So for me, being that it looks like hair, it acts like hair, but I'm not seeing anything in any of the other evidence that they shared with us, I'm going to go unknown on this one.
Okay, very good. All right. I will conclude our analysis here. I want to start off by saying that I've seen this before, and I've seen with my own eyes. Basically, and it matches very closely to what Miriam said that she felt was happening in this situation. I also want to implore anybody, absolutely anybody, who, if you come across anything that looks like paranormal, that is to do with your loved ones, and you're not sure if it's them or not, if it resonates, that's all that ever will matter. If we had on camera somebody blowing smoke and you can see them blowing smoke and it went up in the air, but to them it was their loved ones, it resonated still, that's all that matters. Anything that the three of us say, anyone that bringing in another team to confirm or whatever else, in my mind, is immaterial. As long as it resonates with you, it doesn't matter. And just enjoy, in my opinion, enjoy the fact that your loved ones are reaching out to you. That's, at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. And I go back to my spirit box sessions where I would ask a question, have someone would send me who they want their loved one I want to reach out to. I would hear nothing on my end, but the person through the computer and through their speakers, they're like, oh my gosh, that sounds just like Uncle Frank. I didn't hear anything in my end, but I didn't need to. It didn't matter. They got what they wanted out of it. They got Uncle Frank. So, you know, and I don't mean to be on a soapbox here, but I just want to make sure that everyone knows that, and not that these folks wanted to do this, but for anyone, because I know a lot of people want to be able to be like, I think this is what it is, but I just don't know. I just don't, you know, it's just, if it resonates, that's all that matters. Take it. That's a gift. With that, this is, to me, 100% mystery, and I think it's fantastic. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Oh, I love what you said.
Yep.
I love what you said, Greg. I don't think that's a soapbox at all. I think we talk about that a lot here. I think it's important because we've talked about before how some people have paranormal experiences because that paranormal experience is there for them specific.
Yeah.
It isn't about who else is around. And that's huge. And I think that's interesting how, you know, you say when you're using your ghost box and someone may hear something and you don't hear anything, you know, I always say that how is that any different than when multiple psychics are reading something and they're all reading something different in that moment? It's not because they're all wrong. It's because they're all feeling, seeing, hearing something that is there, but is different because our skill sets are all different, you know? So same applies. I think that's awesome.
It's also, I look at it as an analogy like this. It's like when Bruce talks and you don't hear anything he says. You know, I think it's a lot like that too.
It's exactly, or when I talk and Bruce can't hear anything, he's all of a sudden literally lost his hearing.
All right, I guess we're being moved on to analysis. So
we were at 31% myth, 52 mystery, and 15% unknown on this one.
All right. So with that being said,
interesting.
It is interesting. Now, did your analysis change? Whether it did or not, please, everyone go vote again. We want to know if the panel shifted your viewpoint on image number 2. Remember, even if your analysis did not change, please vote the same one more time. Here we go for the countdown to go vote for image number 2. right, the panel gave their analysis. Now it's time to hear what the audience had to say. Miriam?
Okay. Okay, so hold
How is it
on.
that every single time this is like new for you? The audience analysis portion.
I'm going through the comments to find where we started. I'm sorry.
It's like, Is
First
that
off,
new? Yes.
Susan is so glad she caught us live.
Hey,
Thank
Susan.
you.
Hey, Susan.
It's hair and car lights. That's an interesting combo. Violet says, I want so much for this to be their daughter. As the light anomaly was passing by, the lady's head did not track its travel.
And I'm curious what you mean by that, Linda. Like, does that make it not? Yeah, I mean, because I don't think they need to, right?
No
need to
Annette, the bright lightning background looked like a Tesla lamp. Oh wait, Mr. Okay, John, are you voting? Are you voting over there?
You're a mystery.
He needs to go to YouTube instead of Facebook.
That ain't gonna happen.
No.
Was this infrared or low light? Was this infrared or low light?
That looked like infrared.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any pets? All right. It had a tail on it on its way out, like a comet. Interesting. Hi from the paranormal goat from Ohio. Hi, Jeff. It's their child, refined divine present, Garden of Eden, psychic medium. Okay, it's their child and is still there. Okay. Jeff's making small talk with us. Greg, you gave me confirmation of my cousin through the spirit box.
Yes,
Look
I
at
did.
that.
Yes, I did.
As much as Greg hates helping people, you actually helped someone.
I like helping people. I just don't like being on this show. That's the difference.
It's totally different.
Anyway,
It's totally different. Linda saying thanks for your words, Greg, about the nice things you said, not about you not understanding her comment. She's saying my cousin's name was Doug Bell, and he would move and he would move the bell. Okay.
yeah, I had a bell out there, and he would. Oh, you're tracking.
His name wasn't Doug Bell.
It might have been. I don't know. I mean, she says it was Doug Bell.
Okay. I'm not sure what I don't know what I think we're in the middle of a conversation there. Okay. People can have different experiences from the same experience. Very true.
No, that's not true, actually. I'm just
Yeah.
That's not true, Chuck. No.
Jeff is asking if we're getting his messages. I think so. I'm posting them, right?
Yeah, right. He's probably long gone.
Okay, they're still now. Annette and Linda are talking about the moving bell. Okay, so that's all we got, folks. So let me see. What do we got? Let me put this post analysis next to our pre-analysis because I like doing that. I like having that comparison. So you have to give me a second to copy paste.
Makes it super easy to read too.
Oh, if that was something I said, you guys would be like, oh, what's the problem? You can't handle it.
25% myth, 62% mystery, and 12% unknown.
Are you sure you were reading the right one?
Moved a little bit.
You guys are so mean tonight.
The enter button would be a good thing at that point.
It doesn't let me do it.
Hold on.
Greg, you know that.
Hey, relax. Let's see here. Where is it? Where did you put it? Is it even
here? I'll hide it. There. Now you can edit it.
Oh, I don't think I can because I think I'm on a completely different brand than you all are on tonight. So whatever. We're not going to go any further. That's a rabbit hole.
No, look at. You can't hit enter. It won't go. It won't. All right. Anywho.
What if you hit shift and enter?
Okay. Well, now you're being smarter than me.
Well,
Hold on.
We may not.
Shift. And this is fun. This is some good stuff. And people at home watching, you must be loving this. Oh my God, it worked.
Shift.
Holy shift. Nope, it didn't. Holy shift. No, it did. Why am I yelling?
It's no different.
Hold on, I'm going to do it again. Shift and enter. Okay, holy shift. I know. I'm showing the wrong one because when I hit enter, oh, now it's stuck. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Okay, there. It won't do it. This is, you guys, if you ever thought riveting television no longer existed, you're wrong. It's
That's
right here. It doesn't do it, Greg.
this,
It
this
doesn't.
is why we still need network television. We still need network
We
television.
do.
Yeah, this is gold something. Okay, so let's move on. We have 3 videos tonight. We are not doing trivia. We did not do Ghost Inspector Greg because these are timely videos. We want to make sure that we get these out here because things change constantly. So first of all, in all seriousness, thank you to Harlow and Miriam for putting all these together and doing a lot of work to get these because they realized that this stuff is very timely and wanted to make sure that it was out there. So that's very cool. So let's move on to video number 3 here. And once again, you're going to vote before the panel analysis. Video number 3, not number 2, not number 1. Video number 3 will be played a few times, and you'll have a total of 60 seconds to complete your vote. Pay attention, folks. This stuff is very interesting. Let's take a look at image number 3.
While recording video of a drone flying overhead on December 11th, a TikTok user named Zikshow captured a nearby street lamp that distorted into a weird shape. During the video, his voice also seems to be affected. When the drone flew off, the light went back to normal. He attributed it to an optical illusion or a camera glitch, but one photographer commented that they had never seen anything like it. On December 28th, he posted again, this time to show 3 separate videos sent to him of similar light anomalies.
Perfect timing. Let's get it not in that light, though. He's gonna come right over me. Let's do it, buddy. Come on, you and me. He knows this is where I buy my vape pods. Although, I don't know. What the heck? That looks crazy. Why does the light look like that? What the... Why does the light look like that? What am I doing here? Why does the light look like that? What am I doing here? Is that normal? Okay. Okay, it's just an optical thing. It's my camera being weird. Yeah, it's my camera being weird. Okay, it is. Okay, some trippy light stuff going on. Yo. Is it not doing that thing again? A few weeks ago, I had one of the strangest experiences of my life. I got out of the vehicle because it was very close, and I filmed this. And this is the video where there was a light anomaly. And my voice modulates while I'm looking at it. Shortly after that, a user named Nat Honey private messaged me this image, and he was tripping out. Another week later, I got this video by Michaela, and she's in a house, like doing the dishes or whatever, and this light anomaly appears. And everyone was very confused, but a lot of people were saying, oh, this looks similar to the Zikshow video. And I kind of felt that potentially something was flying overhead the house. Because then just last night, La Patrona 455, she was out on a patio with her kid.
And this is what I'm getting. After
there's no light pole here either.
Yeah, there is not. So what is going on here?
And then also she caught another video, and they have the anomaly kind of coming out of them. So it would appear that whatever these things flying in the sky are, they have some effect when nearby on lights. That, or it's, I'm going to throw a trippy one out there. It's possible that these things are shooting some sort of radiation, some sort of technology at us that makes it change what we see. That's what I felt when I had my experience, was that something of non-human origin was flying over me, but it went, oh, make them see airplane.
All right, the polls are closed. Now it's time for the panel to begin their analysis. Why don't we start with Miriam here? Unless you want it the other way. Do you prefer it the other way?
What?
Well, because you keep moving it to a different configuration than we normally do, and I move it back.
Oh, I didn't touch the boxes.
Who's touching the boxes?
I all I did was add the video. I haven't touched the boxes all night.
Ryan, are you
I know
touching
better.
the boxes?
I know better.
Don't have that option.
I didn't know I had that option. He's like a kid. Ryan does not have that option.
On its own for some reason. Paranormal. All right, what you got?
All right. So I'd like to talk a little bit about this one. This right here. This is this to me, the only word is just it's incredible. It's scary, and not a lot scares me, especially when it comes to extraterrestrial. But hold on, let me put this back up. How do I put this back here? Got it.
Do you want a full frame?
Well, yeah, yes, please.
Go for it.
Oh, this one with her in the kitchen is what really is unsettling for me. Just give me a second. I'll bring myself back up. There is a lot happening that can't be discussed, but there is a lot happening that can be discussed. The reason why this one with the kitchen for me is disturbing is because I can feel the invasiveness, the conscious awareness of invading space and privacy purposefully. And the reason why I say there's a lot happening here is because this isn't one experience, not meaning multiple people are having similar experiences, because they are, meaning it is multiple groups, including us, that are involved in what's happening here. So, because there is so much intertwined, and there is a lot that I won't be told because I shouldn't hold that information. I don't want to be liable for that information. I will talk about what can be talked about. When we address invasion, the word invasion, when we address the word invasion, being invaded, this is going to happen in two ways. From your own kind and from ETs. And your own kind and these ETs are not working together. They are dueling. So they're dueling, and the space that they're choosing is Earth. You have a group that are human. Some may refer to as terrorists that will be invading. And you have ETs that are invading. This is why the government is so tight-lipped about what is happening. Because one misstep and planet Earth may no longer be. What is being asked is that the group, also the group I'm speaking to now is not my family. This is a different group. What is being asked now by those that have these experiences is that you understand that this light formation has multiple messages and forms of communication within it. It has the ability to wipe memories. It has the ability to change your visual patterns. And of course, your vocal patterns. But that is not its intent. An example is walking by a house with sprinklers on and you happen to get a little wet. You just are in a location where water is spraying and you will get wet. The same applies here. It isn't that you lose memory or the visual or the vocal changes due to attack. It is just the repercussion of the energy being transmuted and transferred. When these videos are watched, these people have these experiences, you are asked to step aside, turn your back, and walk away. These lights aren't coming for you. It's an interdimensional fight along with a fight on Earth. Innocent bystanders are not who the ETs are after. They are after a specific group of human beings on planet Earth. I am not told which group or who. Everything that I am saying the government is aware of. And if they would request that we stand back. Almost dull the curiosity for a moment. So when this takes place, fear and curiosity don't overwhelm, but instead we trust, we listen, we acknowledge, use our intuition, and know when to step back. Questions before I come out?
I don't have any.
I don't have any.
This is a group that speaks almost through like a Braille type experience, and is one that is in direct contact with the government regularly. It is one that can take form, take shape on planet Earth, not for any other reason other than to support, to do research, to be of service. But their main purpose is protecting planet Earth. But they can't protect planet Earth alone. And they're even saying we need to help. And that help, the way we help is communication, not against each other and not against the government, and intuition. And to come back, this group is a TR56. Harlow, or if one of you guys can write that down, I guess I could come back to it. TR56 they're giving me numbers, letters as a reference to come back, because we will have to meet and talk again.
One quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck asks, when you say interdimensionally, do you mean on a separate plane of our existence?
No. Did I use the word interdimensional? I
don't remember that, but he must have gotten that somehow from it.
Yeah, that's okay. No, everything that is taking place in our dimension and on this planet, and it's happening now, and it's code red. And what they mean by that is get out of your curiosity, get into the truth of it within yourselves, so you can use your intuition to become aware of what needs to happen. Stop wasting time pushing back or wondering why someone isn't saying something or doing something, and take it upon yourself to follow your guidance and intuition and be aware. Stop blaming others. Specifically, they're referring to the government. Stop blaming them as if they are the ones that are withholding. They are protecting. They are protecting because they said that we won't, we are protecting. They are protecting. They said we will make sure that we come back to them in the future, the very, very near future. It will be needed. Okay, I'm going to close out if there's no other questions.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
So I'd say you'd say it's a mystery.
Yeah, I'm not back yet, but yes, I can click mystery.
All right, Ryan. What
Okay.
you got?
All right. So I went through some of those original ones. Kind of blew them up here a little bit. So that's what we're looking at. They both kind of have the same shape where they're pulling out from each other, and they all have these little dots in it. I went through, and I know I've seen that before, where if water hits a lens, it'll do these weird things. Like that's one water. This is another water. Very, very similar to what these look like. If I pop them back on the screen here, that one's almost identical shape. Just missing the dots in there. I found this video. I'm going to play it quick here. So he puts a real fine mist up in the air, sticks his camera in it, and then he's going to show you what that looks like on film. I think this one's only like a 30-second video, so we can wait a little bit here. Right at the end is what I'm looking at. Basically, when you take a picture of a bright object with water on your lens, you get these little dots in it. So you can see them there in these pictures. Now I went through and I cleared it up here. So this is what he did with that real fine mist. You can see all the little dots in there. And then with this one too, a little harder to see there, but in the clouds you can see them. So if I take that with this, if I were to add all those little dots, I get these objects that we're seeing. In my opinion, this is a water vapor on the lens. In the original video, the guy even said something about his vape pods. Now, vape pens or whatever you want to call them emit a real fine vapor where you may not even be able to see the water droplets on your film or on your camera lens, but it could create things like this, really tiny little droplets. Being so close to the lens, they may refract the light into these shapes. So for me, this is myth all the way. I think it's a water vapor. And the lady doing dishes, I think when she's doing dishes, just a tiny little drop hit the right spot, and it did the same thing.
All right, there we go. Thank you for that. I will go now, and I think once again, I mean, you know, it's an interesting thing. No one used the term web, which that's what this always looks like to me, is like a web. You know, out of all the videos that we see, hers is the most interesting because it seems to like retract in real time. What really doesn't do it for me in these videos is when the camera is moving. In the original poster, the TikTok guy, and we're seeing that for the first time, when he moves the camera, the light changes. It disappears. The light actually, that phenomenon completely disappears for a quarter of that area when he turns it, and no other lights have it. So you would think that the other lights on that street would have it. At least I didn't see it having it. I saw, in fact, like in my mind, if he turned the camera, that phenomena should be unchanged when you turn it. But in fact, it actually kind of falls back in on itself for at least quarter of that imagery. But none of the other lights on that street have it. I have to, unfortunately, and I don't mean unfortunately to Ryan, but I want to think that there's something that's being put on us that we could easily see and that we can talk about, whatever. My first instinct also was that there's something on the camera. What none of us really talked about is the voice change that I find also like that. I find it is that just ill-timed. No one else seems to have that except for him, to my knowledge. I don't know what that part is. You know, at the risk of being like, well, maybe he added it afterwards to bolster what he's trying to do. That would make me sound like that I'm calling him a fraud, and I don't mean to, but I just don't know. So that part I don't know if that's just ill-timed or whatever. But that web thing, I think that's water for sure, and I have to also agree with Ryan that this is myth. and not to take away from the information you're receiving, Miriam, I just feel like that there's multiple things happening at once. So
and when I was channeling, they did mention that the voice and the eyes, the visual, what did I say, Harlow? Visual and the throat, I think, changes. So they did address that. Yeah. Ryan, you need to go?
Yep, I need to take off. I appreciate it, guys. Hopefully next week I'll be able to make it through the whole show.
Okay, thank you.
All righty.
Have a good night.
Good night. So let's talk about pre-analysis numbers, if we may.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, okay. Pre-analysis. Hold on. Here we go.
So, okay. So we're at 29% myth, 17% mystery, and 52% unknown. I don't, and I just got to say, I was kind of on the cusp between myth and unknown, to be perfectly honest. And in hindsight, maybe I should have done unknown because I don't understand the voice thing, but that's the cross I bear.
I feel like that's the highest unknown we've ever gotten.
That's a big number for sure. And yeah. I think that's a safe number. I think that's a safe vote personally.
Yeah.
But that was before we did our analysis. So the question now is, of course, did your analysis change? Whether it did or not, please, everyone go vote again. We want to know if the panel shifted your viewpoint on image number 3. Now, remember, even if your analysis did not change, please vote the same one more time. Here is the countdown for image number 3. Go vote. All right, the panel gave their analysis. Now it's time to hear what the audience had to say. Miriam?
Okay, so, well, Annette says, thank you for a wonderful show. You're welcome. Linda just says, looked like a splash of water hit the camera. John says myth. John's still not going over and voting. Annette says, looks like water. Sticks boy usually happens water. Honestly, after I can't. I've never felt. I think what I want to say is this, and you guys know that I'm always I try to stay really, really chill and cool. And I'm not, and for anyone who knows me, I actually repel conspiracy theories. I don't follow, I don't engage, I don't believe. But this is what they want. Mm-hmm. This is what they want. They want you to think that this is not a big deal. This is what they want. And if people continue to ignore, I don't think anyone understands the repercussions, because I'm not even being shown the repercussions. And so the only thing I can tell you, because I know in the comments, some of you are asking, what can I do? Hone your intuition. Don't read conspiracy theories. Hone your intuition. Because when the time is upon you, you will only have that. You will only have that. And it will not matter what anyone else has said. Me, government, friends, family, newspaper, what you've seen before. Know the difference of when someone truly is duping you and when they are not. And I say that because I hear in so many paranormal circles, I hear about trickster spirits, and I'm just, in my 25 years of doing the work, I know trickster spirits exist, but they do not exist at the level that people believe they do. It's not honing your capability to hear. And then being able to say, a lot of you hear me say always, I don't know. And I say that because when I'm saying I don't know, I'm not sure, I don't know, I'm not sure, I'm allowing myself to be open to something else, something different to come in, because I'm not getting it. But if I latch on to something that has been talked about for years, or you've read about, or people always say, if you latch on to that, you've shut yourself off from everything. This is one of those situations, and I've only come across this a few times in my life, where you are being duped. Open your intuition. I have never been a bearer of someone who believes that they're after us or something bad. This is a very different time. I was just telling someone the other day, I never thought this time would come. I genuinely believed people were full of shit when they would talk about this change and what's happening in the skies and with the extraterrestrials. I genuinely didn't. I thought people were full of shit because I've been hearing it for 25 years and it never happened. And now it's happening. And the reason why Harlow and I dedicated this show and last week's show, and will continue to dedicate the shows as long as these things are in the air, is because this isn't a game anymore. It's not a game. And your lives will change. They will change. They will not be the same. They will not look the same. The video that we created that you guys saw for this intro was taken down by social media. And there is a massive movement in removing these videos off of the platform. And so people are changing the names and the terminologies. They're no longer using the word orb. They're no longer using the word drone in order to get the information out. So understand, when we talk about something being serious, I beg of you to take it seriously. This is not water. And I really don't have a preference on what anyone believes in anything else, but there's this thing in my chest ever since I've been working with this video and getting it prepared for the show and then channeling the information. There's this thing in my chest that's like, something is not right and something is coming. I say that because I don't want anyone I love or I know or any of you watching to be hurt.
Can I ask you a question as devil's advocate?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know that you're not being manipulated?
Because I have been doing this for 25 plus years, and my level of connection to the extraterrestrial worlds is unlike others. I have the capability to actually energetically destroy other alien life forms. And I have done it. And the families that I work with walk so close to me that it is almost impossible when it comes to alien communication for me to be misled. Can I be hurt? Yes, because I'm in human body. But what I am capable of, I've never shared. And I have only just shared a little portion right now to express what I am capable of. But I don't talk about that skill set to the degree that I utilize it, because it isn't necessary until now.
Interesting. All right. With that being said, anything else that you want to address in the comments?
I just love everybody, and I appreciate everyone's feedback and support. And let's see if hold on, I'm just going up. So yes, I did reference that anomaly affects the voice and it affects the eyes and it wipes the brain. All right. Way to bring a show down, right, folks?
Kind of, yeah.
I know, such a bummer. Where are we at?
The show used to be fun. I don't know
what happened.
It hasn't been for a long time, and I think it's something that we should look at a little bit. So, yeah.
Do we have post analysis numbers?
Let's see here.
I know Ryan left. Harlow, were you able to grab them?
We don't seem to have post analysis numbers.
Hold on. She got him. I think she got him. One sec. Oh, I can just bring this up. Are they on here? Oh, I don't. You're muted.
Okay. Yeah, that took a turn.
Right?
That last video, everybody started out thinking it was unknown, and then they switched over to a slight lead there for mystery. So that was interesting.
Okay, there it's those last numbers under here. Got it.
Myth was originally 29%, mystery was 17, unknown was 52. Then on the post analysis, it was 36 for myth, 45 for mystery, and 18 for unknown.
Thank you for doing that.
So, yeah, go ahead.
It's interesting. I have never really felt very connected to aliens or had a lot of experience there. But when I saw that third video, I felt it. I mean, I knew mentally it could be some kind of water anomaly or something on the lens, but I felt it. Mm-hmm. Like I told you, that one drew me right away. And then when I saw the lady in the kitchen, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Because you see that thing
mm-hmm.
go smaller and disappear.
It was the lady in the kitchen. It was like the other ones. I wasn't when we first saw his version of the video, right? And when I first saw it, I didn't even send it to Harlow because I was like, there's no way that's fake. Like, that's fake. There's no way. Right. And then Harlow sent it to me and I was like, oh, how weird. I actually didn't think that was a thing. You think it's a thing. And then she goes, did you see his follow-up video? And then when I saw the girl in the kitchen, that's when I was like, oh, everything just, all the information just started to fly through me. And I was like, okay, we got to do this. So yeah, it's interesting how, it was just a fascinating moment and experience in general, but thank you, Harlow. Harlow, did you like your video?
I did. Thank you.
We're sneaky. Where are you going this Saturday?
Saturday, I'm going to Santa Ana to the Bowers Museum to see Amy Bruni give her speak on walking with ghosts.
That's going to be amazing.
It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Did you hear that, Greg?
For people that don't know.
Yeah, we talked about it beforehand.
Yeah. Amy Bruni started off with Ghost Hunters and then went on to do Kindred Spirits.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Well, that should be a lot of fun for you.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay, so yeah, we're good. And we lost Ryan. Ryan just quietly, I think Ryan had a hot date.
Yeah. All right. So with that being said, and you like your video, so that's awesome. I wish I would have recorded my bit somewhere else because it just looked like a fat face on screen, but whatever.
Oh, Greg, we think
not at all. I really appreciated it from all you guys.
We should probably head out because it looks like it's time for you to make out with your dog. So that's good. Let's see here. So I'm going to actually be in Wabasha next week for the show.
What?
So I'm going to, which you like, you know where that is and you don't.
I don't.
Southern Minnesota at a haunted location. There's an event that weekend, Pear Fair event, and I'm planning on doing the being on Myth and Mystery from there. So
nice.
So that will be good. And then, yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. So do either of you have anything else before we go? Any other things that we should look out for, Miriam? Like
Gremlins are everywhere.
Watch out for those dog cages.
Horses flying, and apocalypse and other shit, or
dog cages. That's
Yep.
certain. And apocalypse. Dog cages and apocalypse. It's coming.
There we go. All right. Well, with that being said, thank you all very much for sticking through with us for Myth or Mystery. Each week, we bring new videos for you and the panel to weigh in on. If you caught paranormal on camera or have an extraordinary paranormal experience you'd like to share, please send it through our website, mythormystery.com. If you enjoyed the show, please like and share. We'll be back next Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central on the Doomsday Clock, known as Myth or Mystery. Everyone, have a good night.
Good dog.